How can we remember Narayana when everything makes us forget by Krishna's mercy? Etavan Sankhya Yogabhyam Swadharma Parinishtaya Janmalabha Parapunsam Ante Narayana Smriti. Quote, the highest perfection of human life, achieved either by complete knowledge of matter and spirit, by practice of mystic powers, or by perfect discharge of occupational duty, is to remember the personality of Godhead at the end of life. Shrimad Bhagavatam 2.16.
I like that within the Vedic tradition there is some end goal. There is a measurable or quantifiable change of state that can be used as validation for proper qualification. I am referring to the consciousness. There is something like an assessment, a review of the state of affairs at the time of quitting the body. At the end of life, if you have a certain kind of consciousness, you achieve the best destination moving forward. Simply remember, Narayana Smriti. Remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Narayana. That name says that God is the source of men. He is the source of everything and everyone. There are many Naras or men, but only one Narayana. There are many Purushes or enjoyers, but there is one enjoyer who stands supreme. We can remember so many other things. In fact, that is the entire problem. We tend to only remember this thing or that. We recall, contemplate and ponder over issues and people who are anything but Narayana. This means that spiritual life, in its genuine form, is something like a challenge. It is a call to action, to change the way we think, operate in a different way. It may be difficult, but then the reward on the other side is worth the effort. Okay, but the problem is that everything we do in life makes us forget Narayana. How are we expected to remember at such a critical time? Something as basic as maintaining a home, a family, with children and dependents, requires extraordinary endeavour in the modern day. I could spend day and night thinking about my job. This means that I am forgetting Narayana. What is the way towards success? Or is it a sick game being played upon us? Is this a new level of cruelty we never thought could exist? You have this wonderful boon available to you, but you will never get to experience it. This is because you are always forgetting.
The specific reference from Shrimad Bhagavatam in the recommendation to remember Narayana at the end of life has the context of three specific pursuits or endeavors: Sankhya, Yoga, and Sva Dharma. Taken in isolation, these pursuits are sort of like distractions. Through Sankhya, I gain knowledge about matter and spirit. There is the potential to master this knowledge. I can become what is known as an expert. I can explain the esoteric principles to others. The same with mystic yoga. I become advanced in the sitting postures, in the different ways to breathe, such that there are both health improvements and new students curious to know how to extend the duration of life. Following my occupational duty, Sva Dharma, can take up the entire day. I can be occupied from morning until night. I can be known as someone dedicated to their particular line of work. I have reached the summit of respect and honor simply for carrying out my duties. The problem is that I can easily forget Narayana in any of these paths. I have only truly achieved the end result if I remember Narayana. He is the foundation of everything in this world. Sankhya is ultimately for knowing him. Mystic yoga is for connecting with him. Svadharma is for streamlining the difficulties of work such that the duties will be carried out in the absence of attachment and lamentation. Everything should be dedicated to Narayana in the manner recommended to Arjuna. Yat karoshi yad ashnasi, yad juhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi konte, Tatkrushva mad arpanam. Quote, O son of Kunti, all that you do, all that you eat, all that you offer and give away, as well as all austerities that you may perform, should be done as an offering unto me. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita 9:27. It may seem that the time spent throughout the day causes forgetfulness, but there is always the opportunity to change. If I change my priorities to align with the ultimate purpose of remembering Narayana, then everything I do will help with achieving that purpose. My waking up in the morning, my reading, my preparing food, even my singing and dancing, everything will be in alignment with the blissful existence of constant remembrance of the husband of Goddess of Fortune, Lakshmi Devi. In closing, in this vow set but always to forget, remember Narayan trying, but on my steadiness relying, which so easily to break, with different approaches to take, but small change here and there, and slowly to become aware.